2K dropped a new event and you guys are talking about how bad it is. Here I am, the gamer dad, here to play Captain Save 2K to explain why I think this event is actually one of the better ones we've had this year. Bear with me, y'all. Please bear with me. Let's get into it, man. But first, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna get into some of these YouTube comments because y'all been showing so much love on these videos. It's only right that I show love back to y'all. First, my boy Dalton Smith says, I hope next year they allow us to have a minimum exception on bids or something like that. My 16 Legend Opal Bronze only sold for 550k at 9 p.m. when others that day with no Legend sold for 600k plus. Doesn't make sense to me, would have just kept him if possible. So I agree. So I understand why they don't do like a buyout max, because then prices might get really ridiculous. But I think minimum bids should be able to go higher than 100. You should be able to put the bid to be whatever you want, honestly. And if nobody wants to bid it, then you get your card back. It should be as simple as that. I know they don't want it to be crazy because of MT buyers and stuff like that, but it's kind of a pain to put something for bid for 100k that normally sells for 600k and yours undersells by a landslide. So that's something we do need fixed next year, 2K. Just look into it. Next, Sunny Delight says, funny thing is, this is a common to ask opponents to quit. Splash did it last week. The system is definitely terrible. Your 2K will probably look at the promising of VCS against terms of service. Ty was out of pocket in my opinion. Just because there are loopholes doesn't make it right to exploit them. So yeah, he's right that it happens pretty much in King of the Court all the time. So I understand why, you know, it could be overlooked. Did Ty break the rules? Yes. I think Ty is willing to admit that he broke the rules, but King of the Court definitely needs to be overhauled. It needs to be gone next year, 100%, or just had a big change. As always, if you want a chance to get featured in tomorrow's video, be sure to leave a comment down below. It could be anything. It could be a question for me, a conversation starter. It could be a comment about something we talked about today. Anything like that, leave it in the comments down below for a chance to get featured. All right, let's get in the community corner where we tackle some of the hot topics around Twitter and give our opinions on them. We got a lot to talk about, man. We've missed a lot, and I apologize for the lack of videos. I was out of town for like the past 4 days, so I wasn't able to put anything out. I will get back on it. Streams, videos coming out. I got the second video dropping today, actually, so be on the lookout for that. So the first thing we got here, Goon Squad says, is the Signature Series event the worst event in 2K25? So I get like recency bias. I understand it completely, but respectfully, if you want to argue this is the worst event, you can argue with the wall. And here's why. It's rare I come into my gameplay screen for these news videos. So y'all remember this event, right? The Dia de los Muertos event. The only card that was obtainable and good was Jaime Jaquez, and he was just pretty good. He wasn't like amazing. Shea was good. He was great for his time, completely unobtainable. Most had to do like some crazy off the wall stuff to get this card no money spent. These two cards just aren't noticeable, not notable at all. And this event, it was like really hard to get these skulls. It was extremely hard to get these skulls. They were almost only in packs. They were in game modes for like a couple days, not even for the whole event. They came out of game modes after a couple of days. Now, granted, this was the Pioneer event, so you got to show a little love, but this was by far the worst one. Season 3, we had the Winter Festival. Once again, Kawhi, I believe he might have been obtainable no money spent, but it was probably a crazy grind. He wasn't easily obtainable no money spent, okay? But Kawhi's a great card. He like just left my lineup. I'm not gonna hold you. Franz, an amazing card. One of the first cards that had like a really quick jumper. He moved fairly well. Great card. These two were the only ones. Lou Dort didn't play. Reed Shepard didn't play. Shaq was completely unobtainable. And for as unobtainable as he was, the price was ridiculous. He wasn't really that good. Like, don't get me wrong, he was good, but like not that good. You feel me? So this event, this is all you got. These 5 cards. Now the All-Star event is the reason people are starting to say that the Signature Series event was so bad, because this one was really good. But even this one, if you really take a deep dive on what you can get out of this event, I think Magic falls in like the Kawhi category, where he could have been obtained no money spent, but it was a grind. Karl Malone was a pretty good card. Paul Pierce was not very good. Jason Richardson was very good. Nobody looked at Mark Price. Now, what they did do good with this event, which was new to the events, was add duos. Like you had like the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine duo. That was like really the only one that played, if I remember right. But this one was by far better than the first two. You could even argue it's better than the last two, in my opinion. It's debatable though. Vince was unobtainable. You could only get Magic or Bird, and it was really hard to grind for him. If you did grind for him, you weren't getting any of these other cards. So you really had to choose. Bracket Busters, people hated, and I think Bracket Busters might have been the worst one, in my opinion. You did have some decent guys. Like Stackhouse was good and affordable, but Edie, not affordable. All these level 100 overalls, not affordable. The best thing from this was Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer. All this other stuff, not very good in my opinion. Now, but with that being said, not so many good cards, but there was a lot of MT to be made. So that's what kind of saved this event. But I saw a lot of tweets saying an event should not be exchanging shoes for MT, which I agree. I said it was a net positive, but they didn't make the event good. So with that being said, people are mad that they took away the MT method, but aren't paying attention to how easy it is to get this content. So if you just did everything they gave us this last weekend, you get the free 100 overall from the free KD collectible from the Sunday event. You get a Dark Matter from the King of the Court. And then these challenges all of them give you a total of 200 overall collectible between the three of them. And then on top of that, some people are going to say you got to spend MT to do these sets. Yes, but no. If you do the Signature Series set, you get a free 10 box. In that 10 box, I think I pulled 5 of the cards. So I ended up buying 2 for like 2,500 MT a piece. So I spent a total like 5,000 MT for 200 overall collectibles. So pretty much 1 KD collectible. And on top of that, you get a couple amethysts, some gold, some opals, some diamonds, some pink diamonds on top of the 200. Now let's see what that can get you in total. That'd be 200 overalls from the KD collectible from Sunday, and then 200 overalls from those agendas. So that's 400 overalls. Let's see what you can get for that in this event. Yes, obviously I get the frustration that you're not getting these guys. I get it. I think you might be able to be close to Clay by the end, but that's we're not sure. But so Marc Gasol, he's 15 Dark Matters. If you broke down those ones I mentioned, the 400 overalls, you would get the 12 Dark Matter collectibles plus 1 extra from King of the Court. That's 13 collectibles, right? So you're right around the corner of getting Marc Gasol. Now, we're pretty sure we're going to get the Sunday grind every week. We're pretty sure we can get the King of the Court every week. And I'm hoping we get the new agendas every week. So if that's the case, you should be able to get 13 of these Dark Matters every week. When it's all said and done, you should have no issue getting all 4 of these Dark Matters. Jason Kidd's really good. He has Patty base. I hear this Wiggins is good. Marc Gasol, I'm not too sure about. But on top of that, you'll have leftover to grab a few of these duos. Boozer, Deron Williams. Boozer has a really fast jumper. Deron Williams, I'm not too sure about. You got Vando and Rui. Mullen and Sprewell, I'm all pass on respectfully. You got Diaw and Green. You got Kyrie and Thompson. Once again, I'll pass on that one. Mario Chalmers is elite, and Whiteside's pretty good. Jamal Crawford, and then DeAndre Jordan. So you got a lot of options here. Realistically, by the end of this event, if things go as projected, you can end this event with these 4 Dark Matters to start in your lineup, and you can have a bench of 2 of these duos. You can go shooting guard, small forward, center, power forward, or whatever you want to do. You can have 2 of these duos off the bench. This event could single-handedly create you a whole lineup of Dark Matter. Now, with that being said, I get that the MT method's gone. That sucks. But they provide us a lot of content and some variety. So, in my humble opinion, I think this event is second best event next to the All-Star event. You could possibly argue it might be better, but I'm not going to make that argument. I'm going to say second best. All right, sorry I ranted a little bit. I've been wanting to get that off my chest. So next, what happened that same day is we got the event. They updated the Jason Tatum, GOAT Jason Tatum, which is something I had a feeling they were going to do, but I did not know they were going to go this direction. They gave Jason Tatum all 40 legend badges, and also there's a challenge for a set of another all 40 legend badges for another card. So I really like this, because what this tells me is That's gonna be the difference between GOATs and Invincibles and, you know, 100 overalls. Is GOATs are gonna have all the legend badges, might have a little bit better SIGs, because Kevin Durant came out with, I think, 12 legend badges. So legend badges are gonna be the difference. And I like that, because now if I badge out a card, I don't gotta be too worried that I gotta replace them later. Next, Lethal 2K tweeted this after Carlo tweeted Troy Down pulled Yao and Shea in the same Hoff box. What is this world? Lethal said it took Troy Down $10,000 to get 100 overall last year. This year he got 2 in $100 box. So people still try to argue for the player market. Stop it, man. The player market was ridiculous. I pulled one of these boxes and got 200 overalls also. Granted, a lot of people got no 100 overalls, but cards are easily more accessible. Any card not named Yao Ming right now is way more accessible in this game. Even Yao Ming, like last year, now granted this year you're not going to get him either, but last year you definitely weren't going to get him because you couldn't buy him. Splash went to war with the community again. He said, we're playing with a bunch of 100 overall cards with all 99 stats and every Hoff badge. How could you complain the game is hard? Then he followed it up by saying that the game should be on Hall of Fame for Showdown and King of the Court. King of the Court, I'll rock with you. King of the Court should be a competitive mode. It should be on Hall of Fame. Showdown is the only 5v5 mode. So it shouldn't be on Hall of Fame. You could say get good, get better, whatever. I don't care. If it's the only 5v5 mode in the game, people shouldn't be forced to be playing on Hall of Fame. You could say maybe once you get like tier 2 and tier 1, it goes up to Hall of Fame. Sure, I'll give you that. But to argue that the whole game mode as a whole should be Hall of Fame is ridiculous in my opinion. All right, let's get into a very shallow dive on this content because I'm not really good enough to give y'all a real opinion for real. So in my opinion, this might be the best Tuesday drop we've had in definitely past last season. So we got 100 overall Oscar, who's not going to be PG1, but he's going to be a very serviceable PG. And you got Dark Matter Jaren Jackson. We all know how good Jaren Jackson's been this year, both his Opal and his Diamond card. Patrick Williams and Karis LeVert, not familiar with their games. The issue with these Oscars and Jaren Jacksons is the fact that they're in super packs, they're going to be super unobtainable, which sucks because now, like even like Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes when they first came out, it took them very long to become a decent price. Oscar's going to be very good, but he's going to be hard to get. So overall, I can't really condone this set. I can't say it's going to be a great set because you're not going to see none of these cards. All right, let's get into the moments of the day where I cover some moments in NBA history from today's date so I can give y'all some ball knowledge. Pause. We actually got quite a few today. So first, in '84, John Lucas handed out 14 assists in the second quarter, which was a record for one period. Next, in '91, the Kings lost to Minnesota to make it an NBA record 35 consecutive road losses. That's like almost every road game in the season. That's insane. In '91, Magic Johnson handed out 19 assists that propelled him to the top of the NBA's all-time assist list. '92, my boy Mo Cheeks collected 4 steals to put him on top of the ABA NBA combined steals list. Then we got during the game in San Antonio versus Dallas, Joey Crawford infamously throws out Tim Duncan while sitting on the bench. Crawford would be suspended from the league only a few days later. This was the game where like Tim Duncan got thrown out for laughing. Lastly, 21-year-old Kevin Durant for the OKC Thunder was the youngest NBA player in history to get the regular season scoring title. And that's gonna wrap up today's video, man. I appreciate y'all rocking it all the way through to the end. Be on the lookout for my second video dropping later on today. Should be about 2 p.m. Pacific time. I appreciate y'all making it all the way through. Be sure to comment down below for a chance to get featured in the next video. As always, y'all be safe. Peace.